Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, breaking down the Canes, and we go to Lonzo1219, who has been giving me. We're on Facebook Live back here. He's been giving me beard grooming tips. Got to upscale it a little bit. Got to raise the beard game.
I want to show you my new shirts too, Mark. These are the shirts that K&K Creations made for me. You got the attitude personified on it right there on the side. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got
attitude personified on that side. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the U with the hands on the front. Her name, K&K, right here. And on the back has you can see that.
Okay.
The Alonzo1219 on the back.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, she does a great job. I got some black ones and some white shirts. She does a great job. So I won't put them online. I'll just be selling them for people who want to purchase them. They let me know, and I'll just sell them and send it to them and stuff like that. But yeah, she makes me some very nice shirts, man. She does a great job. I'm about to put another order in for her because she does, and they're I forgot what she said, but they're all individual. So it's not like a silk screen, it's like individual letters. So you don't have to worry about them popping off and stuff like that. She did a good job. So I don't know if it's my connection. I think my connection is going kind of bad, so I need to fix my connection. So matter of fact, let me turn off one of my phone off Wi-Fi so I can get a better connection.
We got my man Alonzo1219 on YouTube, so join us there. And we appreciate you stopping by, but this is just kind of a behind-the-scenes look of sorts. Right.
I'm back. I'm sorry about that, Mark. I just wanted to make sure I had. My Wi-Fi has they're finally giving us an opportunity to upgrade our Wi-Fi in this area, which I don't understand how I'm on the nicest side of Columbus, South Carolina. We got the worst Wi-Fi, but they finally giving us an upgrade, so I'm going to do that tonight and upgrade my dog on Wi-Fi because it's horrible.
Yeah, they need to get their act together. Because there's more than just surfing the web, just surfing online at stake here with your YouTube channel. That's serious stuff.
You see my new laptop I got?
Needs to be right.
My new notebook. This is the new notebook. That was actually donated to me. It's the Samsung Notebook Pro, 15-inch, and $1,500 laptop that was actually donated to the channel. So I don't have my Gmail and everything hooked up on it yet. I would have been using this, but it's crazy and it's super fast. So I definitely need better internet. So I'm trying to step the channel up, man, to get a little bit more professional. And I don't know if I'm gonna ever sound professional, but at least I can look a little bit more professional.
We don't want you to sound professional. That's not your deal. And you know that's a compliment. That's not a put down. You're not supposed to be Mr.
I am who I am. I tell people I am who I am.
Yeah, exactly. Now it sounds like Mark Rogers TV viewers need to step up their game a little bit. If you're getting laptops donated to the channel,
that was crazy. I don't know. I have been needing help, and I think I gave away every season ticket this year. I gave away everyone except for the Florida State was the only ones that I sold. I couldn't make some games this year because of, some personal situations and stuff. So I gave away every ticket. I gave away every single ticket, and I gave away some of Michelle's jewelry, like with the one that I gave for I still haven't mailed that out yet. I'm gonna mail it out in the morning. That's my fault. But it's sitting right here. Still haven't his chain. Giving away a lot of shirts. I've given away a lot of things this year, and I was asked for a few donations. And a guy, alumni from Miami, said he loved the way I talk. He said he loves me not being soft on Mark, and he had a few other people that he donated me a laptop, and I was like, he's like, you say you need some new equipment, I got you. So he donated me the laptop. It's actually a notebook. It's not a laptop. It's a notebook. And then I have a few more things that I bought. I bought this new software, which was like $150 that I have to get installed into the laptop. That'll help me do a few things. And I've been spending a lot of my own money, but I've had some donations. I've had some guys donate to the channel. You donated to the channel. I've had a few guys, which I really appreciate because I really want this thing to grow. And to be honest with you, I want to get a council with like you, me, maybe my guy from Pigskin Pete from Clemson, and a couple other guys to where we can, help each other out and grow this college football. So I think you give it to all of us, and we need to it need to be organized in a way where we can all benefit, from our viewers, and I just feel like, what I'm saying, you having me on the shows as much as I need to have you on, so the viewers that's on my show that might not see you, they can see you, and then they'll come over. It'll be more people subscribe to you. Same thing like if you go to Pete, he might be people that don't know you, and then they hear you talk and they know how much you know about college football. They'll come to you. And Ohio State fans, y'all need to tighten up. I'm gonna do an Ohio State trash talk video today. That's what I might do. I might go talk Ohio State trash today, just so they can come over to you, because it makes no sense. I feel like every Ohio State video maker should be. I mean, every Ohio State fan should be on your channel.
If you go on an Ohio State rant, I will clip that off specifically and make that a separate video.
Yep, I might do an Ohio State rant tonight, just to do one, so I can get the Ohio State video. Because they need to. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they got YouTube in Ohio. It's gonna be Ohio State talk about people from Ohio. I'm trying to figure out if they got YouTube in Ohio, because you make videos of Ohio State and as in depth as you are. I don't know if they got YouTube in Ohio. Maybe they don't have YouTube there. Maybe they're a little bit further behind the rest of the nation.
I know my mom doesn't.
See, and she probably wants it. So maybe we need to get on YouTube and try to figure out why they don't have YouTube in
Ohio. Yeah, they skipped the Buckeye State.
They skipped the Buckeye State. They got a beautiful stadium, though.
Yes, they fit some people in there.
Yes, sir. Yes, they do.
All right. So before you go on an Ohio State rant, you're here to go on a Mark Richt, Malik Rozier, whoever else you want to throw in there rant about what happened Saturday night in Virginia.
Well, I'm gonna try to. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna try to be professional. I've heard some people say they want me to. Some of the viewers, they want me to be a little more professional on your channel. They want Cam Underwood. I'm not Cam. Keep telling you guys that. My name is Alonzo Oliver. Cam Underwood's a very professional guy. I like listening to him talk. But me and him, two different people.
Yep.
Mark Rogers pulled a selfish Mark Richt pulled a selfish Mark Richt typical move. All right. I keep saying it. He hired his son as an offense as a quarterback coach who's never been a quarterback coach in his life. His best job ever. He worked for his daddy at Georgia as a delivery boy, and then he worked for what's the name? The coach at the Buffalo Bills at the time. He's coach of Jets, Rex Ryan. He worked for Rex Ryan as an assistant to the assistant. I don't know what his job was, and then automatically becomes a quarterback coach. And people say our quarterbacks aren't getting better. Well, we have an unexperienced quarterback coach with zero experience as a quarterback coach, being a quarterback coach. Then we have his father who hadn't called plays in 8, 9, 10 years, learning how to call plays again. So he basically learned on the job. So we got two dummies basically learning how to call plays, learning what they're doing. All right. But at the end of the day, we'll blame the offensive line, right? And we'll blame the quarterbacks for not getting better, but we won't blame the two guys who are getting paid. He disrespected every player on that team, and he disrespected Nikosi Perry by pulling him because you said he had a bad game. He had the beginning of a bad game against Florida State, but it was also a bunch of bad play calling. You didn't pull him then, and we came back and won. Malik Rozier had 10 straight bad games last year. The defense won those games. You didn't pull him. You pulled him for sheriff, and then you put him right back in. And then you have the gall to name Malik Rozier, who we know what his ceiling is, the starter for next week. You actually had the audacity to do that, and you expect Hurricane fans to follow behind you. Well, you do have those Hurricane fans who have their blinders on, and they use this Mark's a good guy, he's a Christian. Listen to me, man. I'm a Christian. I'm just a different type of Christian, okay? You don't sit there and listen to him talk. He talks soft and say he's a good guy. I don't care how good you are if you're not winning. I don't care. I don't care how. Notre Dame is a Catholic school. They don't hire good guys, coaches. I got guys who going to win. It's a difference. If you want to be PM Mark, which I don't, everybody call him CM Mark. They call him Coach Mark Rick. I call him Pastor Mark Rick. If you want to be a youth pastor, then open up your church and be a youth pastor. But this is University of Miami. We're about winning football games. So do I feel like he made the right decision? No. I feel like even if we were to win every game this year for the rest of the year, if you don't win a national championship, and if your play calling and everything looks the same, but we win because of our defense, then it's a wasted year because you wasted Nikoski Perry's year of on-job training. He should be doing his on-job training while you and your son are doing y'all on-job training. The difference is y'all are getting paid for it and he isn't. So, and for people who want me to be politically correct, I'm not that guy. Go listen to somebody else. I'm not a politically correct guy. That's not going to ever be me.
So I'm going to cut you off real quick. Do you want to take any phone calls? Because people,
I'll take one. Anybody want to talk? Okay. Anybody want to talk? Come at me.
Who's on here? All right. Hey, it's Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. Who's on the line? Hello. Who's on the line? Well, they called. I got 2 phone calls while you were talking, so we may get more. We'll see. I may have to cut off the Facebook Live because we're going to get calls into this.
Mark, I got me a little crate right here. I got me a little this little stand right here.
We got another one coming in. Here we go. Hey, it's Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. Who's on the line?
Yeah. Got a speaker on? Got a speaker on?
Yeah. Yes.
You know what? I was just sitting there listening to the show, and I had the best idea in the history of the universe.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Hopefully this involves Zoe because he's our guest. So this needs to involve him, right? Okay.
It just came to me. It
okay.
Just came to me, and I think it's irrefutable. I just thought of something.
I know who that is. I know who that is. That's the guy from Oregon.
I heard Miami had the #1 defense, right?
That's the guy from Oregon. Ask me if he's from Oregon.
Oh, he's from Oregon. This is George.
Oh, George. I know exactly what I can hear the voice.
Okay, we might have a little delay. Maybe that's why you guys are talking over each other. So, George, what's your idea?
If Miami goes undefeated the rest of the year, they can still be in a playoff. They can save their season.
No.
Okay.
Impossible.
There'll be a 2-loss team, and they'll have to put them in.
Impossible. We lost to Virginia. Impossible.
Oh, really? I would
Impossible.
Think if you beat Clemson and everybody else, they would have to put you as the ACC champion in there, man.
Clemson hasn't been as good this year. We don't have any good teams. We don't have enough good teams on our schedule to play in a playoff. Not just that. If you think Miami gonna go undefeated the rest of the year and beat Clemson, I appreciate you being you have more faith in Mark Rick and his son than I do.
George,
here's my.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
Here's my other idea. You hire a new coach, and it's all new next year. You start over.
No, you hire an offensive coordinator and make Mark Rick leave him alone. Make Mark Rick leave him alone. Tell Mark Rick hands off. Huh?
George, I got to say, I'm a little disappointed because when you came on here and said that you had the best idea ever, usually when you tell me that, you usually have some kind of idea for the channel or for the show. And I thought you would have some grand idea for Zoe and I to capitalize on YouTube and make a ton of money or something.
Yeah, I thought it was going to hit $1 billion.
I thought they still had hope. Maybe there was a way out of this.
No,
we have hope.
Win the division, win the ACC. Hey, if they win the ACC and don't go to the playoff, based on where they're standing right now, that would be a tremendous season.
Well, I think they can beat Clemson this year. You know, one good game, man. That's all. It can be done. That wouldn't be an upset. That wouldn't be Appalachia State beating Michigan. You know.
No, it wouldn't be. But you have to have the right guy calling the right plays at the right time. And so far in 3 years, we haven't had that. We've beaten two Florida State teams.
It's painful.
Listen to me. We've beaten 2 Florida State teams, right? One with a freshman quarterback, because he got hurt, and a team that was actually playing really bad at the time, and another one with a new coach and a hurt quarterback who was coming off injury. We beat 2 bad Florida State teams, barely. That's our best. That's how, you know.
Right. I saw those games.
So, no, we need.
What a shame. Your whole team looks so good at times. You know, what a shame.
Our whole teams look good at times when our defense is balling out of control and making the offense look good.
All right, so much for my idea. You can't bat 1,000.
Yeah, you can. At Miami, you can. We've done it before.
That's true.
We've done it 5 times.
George, you're 0 for 2 tonight.
At least you're not Michigan. There you go. That's a consolation prize.
Michigan ranked.
Michigan's pretty good, George.
Michigan's ranked.
I have a bias toward Florida teams. We should be in the top 3 every year. It should just keep rearranging us. We have all the players.
There's a difference between being biased and being a realist. I believe that we should be in a, I'm not biased towards all Florida teams. I'm biased towards one Florida team. I hate the Gators, and you know that. You're a Gator fan. I really hate you because y'all ran from us. So I definitely don't root for them on no games except if they play Notre Dame, and then that's a lose-lose for both of them. Because I only hate Notre Dame a little bit worse than I hate the Gators. But
they've been played since 1993.
Why can't we all just be friends and cheer for each other?
No. I'll be a friend of yours.
I got that Oregon vibe going on, man. I live up here in the woods.
George,
they have no championships. That's the problem.
Why do teams, just because they're in the same state, root for each other? Why would Michigan and Michigan State root for each other? Kansas State, Texas, TCU, Texas A&M. All those teams hate each other.
I'm actually just singling out teams. I don't root for Florida State ever. I just like Miami for some weird reason because they had Howard Schnellenberger and Bernie Kosar.
Because we're the real team in Florida.
Jimmy and what a team that was, huh?
We're the real team in Florida. Like I'll send you some hurricane stuff you can go to convert over. I don't mind converting you. You don't have to root for them sorry Gators anymore.
Why are you a Florida fan, George?
I was born there.
You were born in Gainesville? Or close?
Yeah, and it's the alma mater for everyone in my family that went to college, you know?
I can understand that.
And we have better looking uniforms and prettier girls and a better...
You definitely have prettier girls. You say you have prettier girls in Gainesville than you do in Miami.
Yeah, I kind of find that hard to believe.
You are drunk now, George. You are on that... Hey, George.
The one night when he was doing drugs, he drove all the way to Miami. That's all I knew about Miami.
George, they allow you to the sticky icky is legal in Oregon now, right?
Oh my God!
So, that's the only way. That's the only way you can say
something for the top shelf bud.
That's the only way you can say Oregon. That's the only way you can say there are better looking girls in Gainesville than there are in Miami. Is if you're on the stickiest of the ickiest or the greenest of the green. Because there is no way you can say that girls in Gainesville look better than girls in Miami.
Okay, I take that one back. You went on that one. Never mind.
You called him out and he took it back.
Yeah.
I love George.
In the end anyway, probably on that one.
I love George. George's a good guy. I love George. I hate your Gators, but I love George. George's my guy.
George,
I'm sorry we're afraid to play you, man. It ain't my fault. Well, we'll get you next year anyway.
Yeah, it's coming up.
And they playing us in Gainesville, basically. They had to schedule a neutral site game that's 30 minutes from Gainesville, an hour from Gainesville, but a 3.5-hour drive from Miami in Orlando. How's that neutral site?
Yeah.
That's stupid. Why not just do a home and home?
Whatever. I'd be more worried about the referees than the driving distance, man.
It's harder for Miami fans to get there. Miami fans have to get there and get hotel rooms. Gator fans can go home that night.
Hey, I don't know. That's TV land, man. That ain't on Florida.
That is on Florida. They wouldn't agree to a home and home. They would.
I
They
don't know
wouldn't
why.
agree to a home and home.
In Gainesville, I don't understand why they quit doing that. I really don't. I was at the last Miami game. They played in the stadium. That was awesome. We lost to Testaverde.
Because that's why. Because we kept beating y'all. When y'all beating us, they didn't mind playing us. When we started whooping y'all, they took us off the schedule.
I really don't know what's going on with those administrators, man.
It's Florida administrator, not Miami. We'll play y'all every year if y'all let us.
George thinks I should go down to Florida.
Huh?
George believes I should go down to Florida and become a Gator guy.
No, you shouldn't.
Broadcast for the Gators.
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't.
Take over
Don't do it.
the whole media department.
Mark, they'll have you
missing a lot of angles.
Mark, they'll have you living in a single wide trailer on the swamp with the swamp people.
No, they be $4 million a year.
Nah, they wouldn't give you that. They wouldn't. They'll give you 4 single wide trailers a year. There's nothing in Gainesville but alligators and that's it. And that university, that ugly, nasty, garbage university.
I mostly like the football team, and then I choose to live in Oregon after that, quite frankly.
I feel you. I like some of the players that
live in Gainesville. I was the only guy in town. My house hadn't been broken into twice, so I got the hell out of there before it happened again. It was just crackhead city.
I'm about to say you're probably the only guy in town with teeth in his mouth too.
Huh?
I talk about Gainesville. You're probably the only guy in Gainesville with teeth in his mouth. You're probably the only guy who had teeth.
I can't tell what he's saying, Mark.
He's saying that you're probably the only guy in town that's got teeth in his mouth.
Exactly. It was an epidemic for a while there, man. I don't know. I hope they got that under control. I still to this day, I won't read the local news headlines. You know, I don't want to hear it.
Well, George, you got Georgia coming up next week. That'll be a good game. We'll have to talk it up.
Yeah, listen, as far as athletes in the college to choose to attend,
yep,
they'd be better off to choose the Gators overall. It's just better. It doesn't matter what the town's like. The town's fine. You don't go more than 10 miles away from the thing, and don't drive around with shotguns and AR-15s in your freaking back seat. And quit getting caught with ounces of pot, and everything will be fine.
So there's no Starbucks or nowhere to eat, no Ruth Chris steakhouses, none of that. I just can ride around with an AR-15 and a shotgun and hang out. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Get a Starbucks franchise.
There's no beaches. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Do that here. Could have been a rich franchisee.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
You guys know Florida, so I'm gonna let that go and a whole lot to chime in with Florida talk.
Plenty of problems too, man. So it ain't like
no, we don't. We have no problems. We have no problems in Coral Gables.
We don't have time to get into Miami's social problems.
We have no problems in Coral Gables. Coral Gables is beautiful. You rank Coral Gables with Gainesville, with Gainesville, whatever. Just rank those two and see what's the difference in Coral Gables and Gainesville.
Yeah.
All right, George.
Mark, can we get an early prediction on the Florida Miami game next year from you?
No, I'm not giving no predictions until I see if we get an offensive coordinator. No predictions.
See, that's a problem.
Here's my prediction, George.
We'll go Florida 41, Miami 14.
Yeah, I'm going to go Miami 3, Florida 2.
Alonzo already picked.
I'm gonna go Miami.
With me, it's on
I'm gonna go Miami.
He said Miami 100, Florida 0. That's what he said.
That's what I said.
All right, George.
100 and up.
All right, George.
Love you guys.
Appreciate it.
Later.
Thanks, man. Bye-bye.
George loves those Gators for some reason. I have no idea, but I'm not going. I like George. George's a good guy. He delusional.
Yeah,
good guy.
That's fine.
That's my buddy. George calls in every week to my show.
Does he?
Every week. That's why I knew the voice. That's why I knew the voice. When I heard the voice, I knew it was George.
There is nothing wrong with being delusional. He's a fan, so I
love George. George's a good guy.
That's fine, and
he's a good guy.
He supports my channel as much as anybody. So
George's a good guy. I don't know how I don't even know how he got on the channel. I have no idea. But all of a sudden, he popped up and he calls. He supports. He's a good guy like George. That's why I like arguing with him.
He's been watching me for quite some time. I don't know if he saw you on here or what happened there, but yeah.
He likes to talk college football.
Yes, he
And that's
does.
what it's all about. That's what I was talking about when I was talking about expanding this, and he likes talking college football, and trying to give people a format who likes talking college football, who enjoys talking college football. Just do it the right way.
You just gave us
Everybody's
both a
different.
shout out on the chat. Well, so play calling. So what is it specifically about the play calling that's not right?
Zero motion. There is zero motion in play calling. When I say zero, I mean there is zero motion at all. You never see a running back out the backfield do a wheel route. You don't see crossing. You don't see like anybody in motion before the plays are called. You know what I'm saying? There is zero motion. So if you have an offense that has zero motion, right, and you have a defensive coordinator who knows that there's not going to be no motion, then there's no I don't have to even move my linebackers around. They all can sit in the same spot. That's me. They all can sit in the same exact spot. They don't have to move around. And the defensive linemen, they can do whatever they want to do because there is no motion. There is nobody paying attention to anything. We run the same 4 plays every play. We run the same formation every play. And people say, well, there's guys open. Understand there are guys open. But the defense doesn't have to adjust. I can't remember watching a defense that we played against call a timeout because they had to get themselves back together. I can't remember in 3 years that we made a defense call a timeout. In today's college football, everybody if Michigan play Tulane, if Ohio State play Tulane, Tulane's going to make Ohio State take a timeout sooner because they're going to be spreading the ball. They're going to be in motion, and it's going to make a little bit of confusion on the defense side of the ball. There is no confusion. We make every defensive player, every defensive coordinator, no matter who we play against, we make every defensive coordinator look like Lane Kiffin. Like Monty Kiffin.
Yep.
We make every defensive coordinator we play against look great like Monty Kiffin. And then they'll blame the offensive line. They'll blame the blocking. They'll blame everybody but the guy calling the plays. He said he's been doing the same thing for 18. He was making these play calls 18 years ago, so he don't know why they're not working. 18 years ago, that's why they're not working. This is not 1998, 2000. It's 2018. I like to go to basketball because basketball to me is real easy to analyze. Remember when Golden State won their first championship, when Steve Kerr got there, they shot nothing but 3-pointers. And they were winning all those games. People said, in the playoffs, that's not going to work because that's not NBA basketball. You live by the 3, you can't do that. You can't do that. They won the championship. The whole league is about shooting 3-pointers now. No more mid-range shots. College went to the spread first. You're not going to be able to do that in the NFL. Most NFL teams run spread now. Tom Brady them kill you with the spread now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why are you still stuck in the mud? Nick Saban runs a spread now. Why are you still stuck in the mud? He runs motion in his offense. We run zero motion. We don't confuse the defense at all. So the defense just sit back and peel their arms back, peel their ears back and go. You know exactly we're going to run off tackle. We're going to be in that read option pistol thing. And first play, we're going to run off tackle to the right side and get stuffed. The first of every game, that's what we're going to do. I know exactly what play we're going to call. Exactly, and I'm not even a defensive coordinator. So you think these defensive coordinators don't know what Miami's going to do? They know what they're going to do on every play. There is definitely more talent on offense than defense. We have way more talent on offense than defense. But for some reason, everybody blames everybody except for Mark Richt. I have no idea why. But I'm telling you, it's Mark Richt. It's the reason why he was fired at Georgia, and then Kirby Smart took him to the national championship game 2 years later. And we're still stuck in the mud trying to figure out what we're going to do at quarterback and at quarterback and what play calling and what the offensive line. We're still stuck figuring out what we're going to do. I know Kirby Smart and them took a loss last week, but at least they took a loss to a top 5 team. We got beat by Virginia and a second-year coach or third-year coach.
Yeah, it's not looking good. It's a pretty ugly situation, and going back to what happened at the end of 2017 at the quarterback spot, it was my thought at the time that there'd be an open quarterback battle. And then I don't know at what point, it was either just into spring camp that Rick announced that Malik Rozier was going to be the starter. And that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because I thought, what has he won? He was a bad player for the last 3 or 4 games of last season. You brought in 2 stud recruits. One of them appears to be ready because he redshirted and should be ready to go this season. And you're not letting them battle for the job. What's going on here?
You know what annoys me about it? He begged Perry to come, because Perry decommitted when Al Golden got fired. He begged him to come. And you're not giving him a shot. You begged him to come. He begged him to come. Begged him. He decommitted when Al Golden got fired. He was Al Golden commit. He begged him to come, and he came. And I hear reports, well, he's been disrespectful in practice. I don't want to hear that. You know what? You can make anybody look bad. You can take pictures, angles, or whatever, and make anybody look bad in practice or whatever, or on the sideline. You can see a guy that's down and out for a second, take a picture of him, and make him look like the worst teammate on the world if you want to. You can. So I'm not going to buy anything that come out of that camp, any report that comes out of that camp from Canes All Access or any of those clowns, which I call them clowns, because they're all afraid of Mark Richt. So I'm not gonna listen to anything that come out of Canes All Access. I'm not going to anything that has anything to do with football at the University of Miami, because those guys are afraid of Mark Richt. They're not going to speak up to Mark Richt because they're afraid of he's not going to answer their questions anymore and this and that. And I'm not for that. I've watched him continually lose. I've watched him lose at Georgia, always throw big games. We talked about this last time. How did Missouri win? How did Missouri win the SEC East their first year? Did they win 2 years in a row? Did Missouri win 2 years back to back?
13 and 14.
How did they win it their first year in the SEC? Because Mark Richt beat them and then choked it away. He choked it away.
Both years.
All right. How does Missouri have? How did they win back to back? And Mark Richt only has 2 SEC championships, but Missouri their first 2 years got 2.
Yeah, it's tough to figure out how you've got all that talent at Georgia, and he's there for 15 or 16 years, and he's got 2 SEC championships, and Missouri comes right in and
wins the East twice. That's how weak the East was. That's how weak the East was. So he's a weak coach. And people are like, well, what happens if he wins? Well, he finally became tough. If you get knocked out enough, maybe you'll become tough. So if he finally wins, then maybe he'll finally become tough. But for 18 years, he's been weak. Or 16 of the 18, he's been weak. We get 10 wins. Do you not realize 4 of the wins come against teams like Bethune-Cookman, the Citadel? They play teams like that 3 or 4 games a year. So those wins I can get. But how many times is he beating a Nick Saban or Urban Meyer? Urban Meyer came right into a bad Florida program. And won 2 national championships in 3 years. One with a passing quarterback in Chris Leak, who wasn't that good, who ended up winning the MVP of the national championship game. And another one with a bum Tebow, who could only run the ball, really couldn't throw, and end up winning another national championship because of his offense. And he made Tebow look good. He made Tebow look better than what he was. He made Chris Leak look better than what he was. And came right in and won 2 championships while Mark Richt was still at Georgia trying to figure out who was going to be the offensive line.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, serious. I don't make excuses for him. I make no excuses for him. He won the Coastal, so did Al Golden. He just forfeited it.
Yeah, I never really made that direct comparison. Obviously, Urban Meyer was at Utah and Bowling Green and these other places, while Mark Richt was at Georgia. Urban Meyer comes in. He's only there from 2005 to 9. Pretty much comes in, wins 2 national titles, leaves, and Mark Richt's still there for another 7 or 8 years trying to win.
Not just that. Leaves, takes a couple years off. In the booth talking, go to Ohio State and win another one. Mark Richt is still searching.
Yeah,
and can win one this year in the playoff hunt this year, even though they're not playing great. They're not playing great, and in the playoff hunt this year. And Mark Richt is still trying to figure out who's the quarterback going to be. But I'm wrong as a Miami fan. I'm wrong as a Miami fan for speaking the absolute truth. It's not. I tell people tell me what I'm lying about. When people get mad at me, or people get mad at you for having me on your show because I'm not the typical Miami butt kisser. Tell me where I'm lying at. Lonzo don't know all stats. No, I don't. I don't have an earpiece in my ear, and I only got 9 to 5. I have a 5 to 5:30 now. I work 12 hours a day. I don't have time to sit down and Google every stat, but I know wins and losses. I know how to diagnose games. And you tell me where I'm wrong. Well, the offensive line don't get no push. They're not going to get pushed when you don't set them up in a proper position to get pushed. And not just that, those guys weren't recruited for that. They were recruited for zone. And I tell other guys, well, offensive line don't get no push. This is Mark Richt third year. Why isn't any of his offensive linemen playing? This is his third year. This is third year. So you can't blame it on Al Golden offensive lineman. Why isn't his offensive lineman playing his third year? Why aren't the sophomores and third year? So junior, why aren't his sophomores and juniors playing? Whatever. He doesn't have a 4-year class. He has 3 years in. So why aren't the 2 years before playing? Why they're not playing any? So you want to blame the offensive line and blame Mark Richt because he's responsible for that as well. Give him 5 years. Why give him 5 years? That means he's been in 18. You want me to give him 3 more years or 2 more years? That'd be 20 years of coaching with no championships. That's successful. Okay. He played against Nick Saban and Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer had just got there. Urban Meyer was unproven. Nick Saban was proven, but Urban Meyer was unproven. Urban Meyer beat Nick Saban. How about that? How about that? Urban beat him.
It's a great call, and look at what Kirby Smart did immediately.
Kirby pushed him to the limit. They got beat bad this week. They got beat by a top 5 LSU team who actually has enough talent to beat Alabama, but they hadn't had the coaching. Like Miami has the talent, we don't have the coaching. That's what LSU has. I'm not trusting in their coach, but he's doing way better than Les Miles did. So yes, they're winning now. LSU is not a bad team. They have great players all up and down their roster. Like I said, I don't understand how they didn't win with Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. How do you not win with those 2 talents on the offensive side? So you tell me they were losing game, but it wasn't because of talent. It was because of coaching. But now all of a sudden they're winning games. Georgia's always had the talent. They've always had bad coaching. Miami has the talent. They have bad coaching. So stop blaming. All I gotta do is look at Rick's resume, man. He won 10 games. He averaged 10 wins. Yeah, but 3 or 4 was against trash teams. How many wins did he average against the best? How many championships did he win? That's what you measure greatness by. You measure greatness by championships. Say what you want to say about Urban Meyer. All the Miami fans who hate Urban Meyer, I don't care. He's a great coach. He has 3 championships. How many does your coach have? Support the coach. I don't support the coach. I support the team and the players, the school and the players. I don't have to support the coach. The coach. I don't have to support. He get $4 million a year. What do I got? I don't support him. He don't need no child support from me. He get $4 million a year. I wish he could support me. He gets $4 million a year. I don't have to support him. I'll support him when he win it. When he loses, my job is to evaluate him, not to, excuse my French, kiss his ass. That's not my job. My job is to evaluate what he's doing, what I see him doing. So I can't believe he actually named Malik Rozier the starter. You could have did that. If you felt like you want to do that, well, at least a couple practices go out. People say, well, he was acting up in practice and he was doing, so what? Maybe people act up for reasons sometimes. If you're on your job, you feel like you're the best worker out there, and they're showing favoritism because it's definitely been, if that's not obvious, he hasn't been showing favoritism to Malik Rozier. If you see that you're being favored all the time and you're an 18-year-old kid, 19-year-old kid, and that's when your emotions are at the biggest, and you see, I'm sorry, hold on.
You're good.
And you see another guy being favored over you, what you know you're more talented at. The whole team supports Nikoski. The only person that doesn't support Nikoski seems to be right now is Mark Richt. That's the only person that don't seem to support him. I heard it's a rumor. Like I said, this is a rumor. This is not fact. But I heard that him and Manny Diaz got into it during the LSU game. You know what I'm saying? He got mad on Manny Diaz, said something to Manny Diaz about give me some turnovers. And Manny Diaz said, give me some damn touchdowns. That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard. Don't know how true it is. Could be fake, but stuff like that happens when you're losing. Manny Diaz kids are balling their butts off. Defense is balling their butts off. Number 1 rated defense in the country right now. Number 70-something rated offense. Number 1 rated defense for turnovers last year, dead last in turnovers and points over turnovers. So where am I wrong at for blaming Rick when he's the play caller? When he hired his son as the quarterback coach, where am I wrong at?
The only things, though, I did not like out of that defense on Saturday night, and this is being nitpicky because obviously they were on the field for most of that second half, was so they're down about, what was the final score in that game? They lost by like 4 points, right? Or a touchdown, 20.
Oh, you talking about the penalties and stuff?
No, it wasn't the penalties. It was that Virginia, I'm going to call up the box score when I get a second, but you can speak to it first, and then I'll have the numbers lined up, is that Virginia had a touchdown lead. Yeah, they had a touchdown lead or a 4-point lead, and they drove the length of the field and just grinded that clock down to sawdust in the last 4 or 5 minutes and just kept picking up first down after first down after first down after first down and moved it all the way down the field, kicked the field goal. The game was over.
Well, that's not. It actually didn't happen exactly like that. They did drive the field. And they were up by a few points. And it was 2 penalties on that drive where they wouldn't have scored no points. And we had another drive where we stopped them at the end of the game, and we would have gotten the ball back when they kicked the field goal, and we could have came back and tied the game up with like 3 minutes and change on the clock or 2 minutes change on the clock, and we ended up getting a personal foul, roughing the kicker penalty, and they took the 3 points off the board. But to me, that came out of frustration. To me, though, that came out of frustration because you get 3 turnovers. You get 3 turnovers, and it equates to 13 points. You get 3 turnovers in that game, and they also give away the ball 3 times. But they get 3 turnovers, and the team still only gave up. The team still was able only to muster 13 points with 3 turnovers. Mark Richt offense was able to muster 13 points with 3 turnovers. 13.
Yeah, what I'm looking at here was, it was a couple drives before that. So there's like, you're early in the fourth quarter, and Virginia's up 13-6. They've got the ball, and it made it a 2-score game because they drove the length of the field. They went 16 plays, 73 yards, and ate up 8.5 minutes of the fourth quarter, and they kicked a field goal to make it 16-6 and basically put the game out of hand.
And it still wasn't out of hand. Because we ended up scoring a touchdown and made 13.
Sure.
Made it 13. And they got the ball back and couldn't do nothing. And then they grinded it out and ended up winning at the end of the game. But your defense got you 3 turnovers. Your defense got you 3 turnovers, and you mustered 13 points out of 3 turnovers. And the defense still only gave up 16 points.
Oh, that's a good defensive game. You're only giving up 331 yards and only 92 passing. There's no doubt. It's a good defensive showing against not a good offense, but
just not look. They look at the last game against Florida State. The last game against Florida State, Miami gave up 300 yards total. I think 300 yards total last game against Florida State.
I don't even know if it was that much.
Yeah, I mean, we destroyed them, but our offense is inept. Mark Richt is the worst play caller I've seen in college football that I've seen.
200 yards total offense.
Yeah, 200. My bad. How do you give up 200 yards total offense and barely win a game? How? How do you give up 200 yards total offense and barely win a game? Which I know the call wasn't. I think the call isn't questionable. And I'm a Hurricane fan. I thought it was a forward lateral. I thought it was a forward pass. But a lot of people think it wasn't. A lot of people think it was a lateral. So I can't get mad at those people. I can't get mad at Florida State fans who feel like that ball was thrown with him being behind the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
I feel like he caught it in front of the line of scrimmage. But if you feel that way, I can't get mad. My thing is, that they're great kicker. I called that miss as soon as before he missed it. I said he don't ever miss kicks. I said he gonna miss. I was in the bar. And I was thinking, he gonna miss it. He gonna miss it. He missed it. And I went crazy. But their great kicker misses a kick, which takes Mark Rick off the hook. They take a touchdown pass off the board. We give up 200 yards of total offense and still barely win the game because our offense is inept and Mark Rick can't call plays. And now you can blame Perry for that one. You can blame the offensive line for that. You blame whoever you want to blame. Don't blame Coach Rick. It's a sin to blame Coach Rick. He does everything right, but has never won anything big. And I'm not going to be that guy who's on YouTube trying to be a friend of Mark Rick. I don't care about Mark Rick. I'm not a friend of his. I'm a booster. I'm a booster. I buy season tickets, and I expect greatness at the University of Miami. I don't expect us to be Virginia. We are Virginia now. We are Duke now. That's how people look at us right now. But with the talent of Alabama, serious, we are playing like we're less in fear. We're playing less than what we are. We are playing. We have went backwards this year, and it's unacceptable. As a Hurricane fan, it's unacceptable.
So I know there's going to be some people out there that are going to take offense to you comparing Miami's play to Virginia or to Duke. But if you just look at results this year, just look at results. If that Virginia team was going to go play LSU or Duke was going to go play LSU, you wouldn't be shocked if the score was 33-3 in the third quarter, like it was when Miami played them. Also, Duke went on the road. They beat Baylor. They went up to Northwestern. They won. They won some better games than Miami's won this year. And,
oh, yeah. That's what I mean.
And
you don't expect them to win those games, though.
If you just look at results of games, they're not that much different
than Miami, right?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. We're Duke. We're Virginia. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing for us to be in a league with Duke and Virginia. That's embarrassing. That's an embarrassment. We're supposed to be with Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State. That's who we're supposed to be mentioned with. Florida State. That's who we're supposed to be mentioned with, not Duke and Virginia and West Virginia. And we're not supposed to be mentioned with those teams. We're mentioned with those teams now. That's an embarrassment. And it's an embarrassment on offensive coaching because your defense is ranked #1 in the country. So it's an embarrassment. And any Hurricane fan that disagree with me, I don't care. I don't care if you disagree with what I say, because you're wrong and I'm right. Because if you look at the history of Miami, we are the only. They've done 30 for 30s on almost every college football team, every great college football team. They did 2 hour 30 for 30 specials on us, 2 hour, not 1 hour.
Yep.
For a reason. We are great, not we're great. We are great. We still get great recruits. We are the most fertile recruiting ground in the nation. How are we losing to Virginia? Look at their recruiting classes, even under Al Golden, compared to our recruiting classes. How are we losing to Virginia? How? How does that happen? And for Miami fans who accept and accept it, that's what you do. You accept that. You accept it. I won't. I refuse to. I refuse to blame kids who I feel like are being led by a coach who doesn't get it.
All right, so if you suddenly had the athletic director's job and you inherited this football program, and you had to make a call, maybe not necessarily right this second, you took over the job, what
I can make it today.
Type of criteria would you use for the rest of this season? Or if you were going to give Rick another season, what's your measuring stick?
I'm giving Rick the length of his contract. I'm not buying him out. That's first, I'm not buying him out. So I'm giving him the length of his contract. Then I'm going to get together with some of the alumni. I'm getting together with some of the brain trust. Who can we hire as an offensive coordinator and a quarterback coach? Okay. They have the money, so stop saying University of Miami don't have the money. John Rick is getting fired today. Okay, I'm keeping Dugans and I'm keeping Thomas Brown as the running back coach. I'm bringing in one person only. The special teams coach is getting fired today. And I'm getting offensive coordinator. I'm telling Mark Rick, you are only the head coach basically because we're paying you. You have no call, no say-so on what goes on this offense. None at all. And if you decide to, then I'm going to fire you. If you want to collect your money and actually try to win, then let the offense coach the offense, defense coach the defense. You just stand out there with a dunce hat on your head. I'm not just going to give you $4 million a year and fire you. But I am not. I'm taking all play calling duty, all that away from you. You get none of that. If you don't like it, quit. Then I ain't got to pay you. I'm taking all that away from you. Everything. I would do that today. I would turn over play calling duties right now to probably Manny Diaz. You call offense and defensive plays because I don't trust nobody on the offensive staff to call plays. I'm for real. But he would definitely, most definitely, no longer be calling plays. If I took over the program today, he wouldn't be calling plays. If I had to hire an interim offensive play caller just to come out there and finish the year, I would. But he would not be calling plays. And his son would be fired today. That's what I would do. I'm dead serious. That simple. And then I would get with Brain Trust and we would figure out what we're going to do moving forward. But I'm not giving him $4 million a year to let him sit home. So no, I wouldn't fire him.
I am doing a little homework here on recruiting rankings. So in 2018, the last class that signed, which obviously those kids only have so much impact on this roster, but we're starting there. Miami had the 8th ranked class according to 247 Sports. They're the authority. They had the number 8 class. Virginia had the number 60 class.
Wow.
Last year, 2017, Miami had the 12th rated class in the country. Virginia had the 58th ranked class in the country. In 2016, Miami had the number 22 class. Was that Golden's last class or Rick came in?
Yeah, Golden's last class, Rick's first class,
Yeah, they kind of shared that class when Rick came in.
That's when Nikolsky came in.
That was number 22 in 2016. I'm still looking for Virginia. I'm down to number 62. I can't find them. Where are they? They're in oblivion, like number.
You gotta say it. I'm good. Now go to the 3 years before he got there. The last 3 years of Golden, if you can.
So yeah, let's. So we're going to 2015 in Miami in the recruiting rankings, and again, this is the standard. This is 247. Miami was 2015 number 27.
Okay.
Number 2014, they were 14. Miami's at number 12. 2013 class was at, come on, 2013 class, Miami at 14.
So Al Golden recruited a 12th ranked class and a 14th ranked class.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
A 12th rated class and a 14th ranked class, right?
Yeah.
And people blame Al Golden because we don't have any talent. They are a 12th rate in the country, and we're Virginia. We're losing to Virginia, and they're blaming it on Al Golden players.
So Al Golden's one of those 2 classes, yeah, that was number 14. Guess who was number 15?
Oh, Georgia. Clemson? And they won that championship.
That class won a national championship.
Okay. But people are blaming Al Golden. I'm serious. And guess what? Al Golden was under sanctions. He was fighting sanctions then. We were fighting NCAA. They went 2 years without even telling us anything. He was still getting a couple top 25 recruiting classes.
His other class that also, of course, compared to Clemson, won a national championship. That Clemson, was another. So the Clemson won the title in 2016. So this was their freshman class that were seniors that won the national title. They were number 16 rated in the country. Miami was 12. That senior class that won the national title for Clemson.
So you mean tell me that if we had Dabo Swinney, we would probably be winning right now. We would most definitely be winning right now. Most definitely be winning.
I think so.
Matter of fact, we have more talent. We have way more talent than Clemson can get just in the county of Dade. You know what I'm saying? So if Dabo Swinney was at Miami, the way he recruits Clemson, just imagine if he was at Miami. I'm serious. Just imagine. And guess how many years he was at Miami before at Clemson before he won the championship? Was 7?
Yeah, 2009 I think was his first year. 2008, 2009.
He went to back-to-back. He went to back-to-back championships.
Yep.
But Rick can't get to one. But it's everybody's fault but Rick's. People hate the truth. People really hate when you like somebody. I know what the truth is about me. As long as you're a loudmouth. Okay, say something else. You're arrogant and cocky. Okay, say something else. Tell me something I don't know.
But if somebody said you're a liar,
say that I'm not. That where you're wrong at.
You can
but say that I'm not passionate.
Yep.
Say that I'm not passionate or that I don't care about people and I don't love people. Then you would be a liar. Because just because I'm talking about Rick doesn't mean I don't have love for Rick. I just don't want him as my coach.
Sure.
Mark Rogers, I love you as a brother, but please, I don't want you working on my car because I don't know if you work on cars, and I don't want you operating on my body.
Nope.
Okay? There are things that I don't want you doing. That don't mean I don't like you. I just don't think you qualified to do it. I don't think Mark Richt is qualified to be a play caller in college football. And anybody can tell me I'm wrong. Tell me the last significant big-time game that he won as a play caller that he had to put on his shoulders and win. That he put up this many amount of points against a great team, offensively only, with a defense struggle. The defense didn't get no turnover, no nothing. He was able to dominate as a play caller. He doesn't do that. He does. That's why they took it away from him at Georgia. From my understanding, the reason why Bobo left Georgia and went to Colorado was because even though they took play calling away from him at Georgia, he was still trying to control what Bobo was doing at Georgia. That's why he left. Because even though Bobo Wilson was the play caller or whatever, from my understanding, he was still telling Bobo, you can't call that player, don't call this player, don't call that player. So that's why I say once I hired an offensive coordinator, I would tell him you can't even talk to him. You don't even have a conversation with him. I don't want you giving him no advice, nothing. You have nothing to do with the offense. Matter of fact, I'm going to make you the special teams coach. You just coach special teams. That's all you coach. I'll make him the special teams coach. Heck, Beamer coached special teams at Virginia Tech. So I'm going to make you the special teams coach. That's what you do. You are the head coach and special team. You are in charge of special teams. That's it. Nothing else. Period. Because obviously you can't do the job. Because with all the talent in Miami, you didn't name one class in the 30s. Lowest class you named was 27. That's been since 2013. You named 22, 14, 13, and 12 or something like that or something like that.
And, well, the last class was 8 that is just starting, obviously.
So the last 5 years was 8, 27, 22, 12, and 14.
Yep. You nailed it.
But we don't have the talent. Wait till he get. Okay. All right.
And
the talent or the coaching.
And then really compare them against Wisconsin and Michigan State that are getting those classes around 35, and they somehow churn out 10 and 11 wins.
Mm-hmm. And beat good teams. And beat up on good teams. Mark Richt, on the other hand, nah, you can't. Pray. They want. I keep telling people, y'all go to his house and drink the Kool-Aid. Y'all gonna end up like Jim Jones.
If you don't know who that is, you can look him up. Go back to about 1978, and it's quite a story.
Look him up. Look him up. I don't follow a cult. Okay? I'm not part of Mark Richt's cult. I don't care if you like me or don't like me. I really don't give a damn. I don't care if Miami fans get mad at me. I don't care. Because I know the real Miami fans. I know the real Miami fans who actually know Miami football and actually know talent and actually know play calling. Those fans right there, they may not agree with me, but they're going to understand where I'm coming from. They're going to understand where I'm coming from on Coach Richt. They're going to understand he's not a Miami guy. He played for Miami. He's not a Miami guy. He turned Miami down before. He turned Blake James down before. The last time he was up for a coaching job before he left Georgia, he was up. I think it was like I don't know, free or whatever. But his contract was about to end, and Blake James gave him a call, wanted to hire him out of Miami. He said, "No, I don't want to go to Miami. I'm staying at Georgia." And he stayed at Georgia, signed a contract extension with Georgia. So it's not like only reason he came to Miami is because he got fired. Only reason he came to Miami is because he got fired. And the only good thing he's done at Miami was get Miami to bubble, which he donated $1 million. But he was able to hire his son, so he getting a bunch of that $1 million back. He getting some of that money back because he was able to hire his son and give his son a good job. So he donated $1 million, but got his son hired. He could have gave his son that $1 million. I'm just being honest with you. And not that he donated $1 million. He donated $1 million of Georgia's money because he's still getting paid from Georgia when he got fired from Georgia. He's getting $4 million from Miami and might be getting $3 or $4 million from Georgia. And that donation is a tax write-off. People, y'all look at this stuff now. If I win that $1 billion a night, I might donate $200 million because it's gonna be a nice tax write-off for me. I mean, come on. I mean, man, he's a lazy coach. He's a lazy coach. He's a lazy coach, man, who shows favoritism. And I just can't I can't accept it. And for like I said, for Miami fans who can accept it, then you accept it. That's you. For Miami YouTube bloggers who can accept it and who can talk good about them, you do what you do. I'm not you. If people want to come and listen to exactly how I feel about situations, then come listen. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna force feed you a bunch of garbage about your team because your players are great. Your defense is showing it. You have great players. Your offensive coordinator and head coach is the problem at University of Miami. He's the problem. And we are losing recruits. We just lost a 4-star offensive lineman yesterday, and I think we lost a 4-star wide receiver yesterday that decommitted once they found out that Perry got benched. They decommitted on the same day of Mark Richt's press conference. What does that tell you? Would you be a 4 or 5-star receiver and want to go play in that offense?
It's quite a coincidence.
We got the #1 tight end in the nation, Brevin Jordan, the #1 tight end in the nation, probably wishing he would have went to USC. Or Ohio State, or Florida, or Alabama. He could have went. He wrote his own ticket. He could have went wherever he wanted to go. He came to Miami and can barely get the football thrown his way. #1 tight end in the nation. Miami used to use we used to be tight end U, running back U, linebacker U. Now we are the U. But our defense is great. #1 in the nation. Don't blame Manny for what's going on in Miami. Blame Richt for what's going on in Miami.
There you get it from Zoe. Straight and to the point, and no holds barred.
I'm not gonna lie to him. I'm not gonna lie to him. I'm not gonna lie to them. I'm sorry. I'm not. Just you are responsible when you are the CEO of a corporation. It's your responsibility to make that corporation run, or you get blamed and you get fired. They don't start from the bottom. If a company gets ran in the ground, they chop heads from the top. So that even if that means Blake James, that's what it means. And I like Blake, but even if that means Blake James, that's what it means. Because there is no way I can be the athletic director at Miami and looking at all the talent we got in a recruiting class that we brought in and sit here and keep giving you excuses, Mark Richt. There's no way. There's no way I could keep giving you excuses. I don't care how upset you get. I don't care how upset your wife get, your kids get. I don't care. There's no way I'm going to keep giving you these excuses when we continue to lose in your third year. We 5-2, but what good teams have we beaten? Name one good team that we beaten on our schedule this year. We beat a bad Florida State team. We beat Savannah State. We beat FIU. Who else did we beat?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. And
Toledo.
And Toledo. Name one good team we've beaten this year.
Toledo might be the best team. Probably. Well, Florida State's the best talent, but
yeah, but they have
who else they almost lost to Samford.
Yeah, but I mean, exactly. You look, Florida State has a new coaching staff, period. And they went toe to toe with us. They have a whole new coaching staff, period. So if you, I give Florida State because they have more talent than us because of the recruit. They have more talent than us because they still have those great recruits that they got. So they got more talent. This was Willie Taggart first year. They still got all those Jeff Fisher, or not, what's his name? Jimbo Fisher. So they have more talent than us. So even if we would have lost to them, you know, to me it would have been like we lost to a team that was they're physically more talented than us. You know, they have full class. We had a partial class. We didn't have all the scholarships. You know, but to be honest with you, we haven't beat one good team this year. We haven't beat one good team this year. And we only played one good team this year and we lost to them. And then the other good team that we played were better than and we lost to them. Didn't even show up offensively, didn't show up. So, Hurricane fans, if you want to listen to lies, go to Canes All Access. Yeah, I call them out too. Y'all want to listen to lies, go to Canes All Access. Canes All Access will feed you all that bull. I'm not feeding it to you. Canes All Access will sit Mark Rick down beside them and say, Coach Rick, I'm not Canes All Access. And I listen to Canes All Access, but they're afraid to death of Mark Rick.
And there could be 2 more losses coming. A trip to Boston College next Friday night is not going to be easy. It's not obviously the Canes are a better team, more talented roster, but it's not going to be easy. And Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, not too easy either.
We're better than Virginia. We're more talented than Virginia.
Sure.
That means absolutely nothing when it comes to a Coach Rick coach team offense. That defense, if you listen to the interview with Shaq Quarterman last week, he looked like he wanted to. I've never seen, he looked defeated. Excuse my French, he was like, shit, what else should I do? What else can I do? What else can we do? That's how he was looking like, what else can we do? It's like if you are in your house and you make money and you giving your spouse, whether it's the wife or the husband, and you're giving them the money to pay the bills, and you know you make enough money to pay the bills, and the lights are getting cut off, but you make $200,000 a year, and your bills only equivalent to $30,000 a year, and the lights are getting cut off, and the water, and you're trying to figure, and you're getting collection, or you're like, what else can I do? I'm giving it to you. Why can't we get this done? That's how it looks like now. Like, what else can we do? That's how Shaq Quarterman was looking. I looked at that interview. I wanted to cry for that young man because that's how he was looking.
So I like your analogy there because we see college football teams all over the country that are decent teams but not ultra talented, and their coaches have to grind film to figure out where do we have a matchup that we can take advantage of, and they really need to be laser focused on how they can put their offense in the best position to take advantage of what little advantages they have here and there. Where Miami's got, you almost can't mess up. You can do all sorts of different things.
You take Virginia's coach, what's his name?
Bronco Mendenhall.
Bronco, did you see all the kind of different motions they run and everything? Now, you take Bronco Mendenhall and have him as the head coach, offensive coordinator at Miami, and you took Mark Rick and put him at Virginia, that score would have been 42-0 Miami. I'm dead serious. That's how much better their offense looked. And their offense was going against our defense. the #1 rated defense in the country. And they move the ball better than our offense went against their defense. You switch those two coaches, it's a totally different outcome.
Well, we'll never know. I hear you. I'm on par with your thinking. I know what you're saying here.
How good was BYU and Brennan when he was there? They were a pretty good team.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and he did it with talent from Utah. From talent, he did it with 2- and 3-star players.
Yep.
So imagine what he'll do with 3-, 4-, 5-star players. Rick has always had the cream of the crop and never won with him. It's like Urban Meyer coming from Utah. Once he finally got an opportunity, he learned how to coach bad players. Not say bad players, lower star players. He learned how to coach them. So when he got to the top of the food chain, he learned he never lost his grind. He knew how to coach. Once he lost Tebow, that's why he quit Florida. Nah, that was that fake heart attack because he wanted to go back home. You did the same thing. That man wanted to go back home. Once they fired what's the name?
Jim Tressel.
He seen that opening. He said, I can go back home. I'm having anxiety attacks. He was smart. He played the field. He played Florida. He played the field. But think about it, Florida. Your greatest coach ever was there for like 20 years and got 1 national championship. He was there for 7 and got you 2. So be grateful. The old ball coach got you 1. He got you 2. So who's the greatest coach in Florida history? Is it the old ball coach, Steve Spurrier? Or is it Urban Meyer?
I know who I'd vote for.
Hey, I'm just saying people don't like the truth. People live in a fantasy world. If Urban Meyer got fired today, I would be at his door beating it down. If he quit today, I'd be at the door. Please go to Miami. Please go to Miami. Please go to Miami. Everybody fan talking trash about Urban Meyer and Nick Saban. Like if they got an opportunity to go to Miami, like y'all wouldn't be the main ones crying for them to come. Stop it.
The reason that Florida fans choose Spurrier is because of exactly what you just said, is because if it was just all about wins and losses on the field and winning championships, Spurrier was outstanding, but Urban Meyer was elite when he was there, but it's what happened afterwards that offended them. And, you know, he goes somewhere else and wins a national title. He skips out on Florida. They're offended. And I get that. Other fan bases would have been the same way, but you can't. You have to evaluate the performance on the field.
Not just that. You have to look at where he's from. He went home. It's like the Miami Heat fans when they turn on LeBron. You have no right to turn on LeBron. Cleveland Cavalier fans turned on him because he left them. Okay? He couldn't win there. He left and went to a super team. When he left Miami, he got y'all 2 championships. You have no reason to cry. He went back home. Y'all weren't crying when he came to y'all. I bet you a Florida Gator fan would not be mad if they was able to get Nick Saban. I just look at, man, people getting their feelings too much about certain things, man. They getting their feelings too much, but they don't look at facts. I'm about to go dead on my tablet though, so I think we've been on longer than we said we was going to be on anyway.
Absolutely, Zoe. You've done way too much work for me here.
I enjoy talking. It's like bar talk.
No doubt. So yeah, I'm gonna work on this. Maybe we'll see what we do with this. We'll figure it out.
Get up in the morning, go to a barbershop, and just tell them to line you up. Tell them you want to line the beard up.
Okay.
Let's go have somebody line you up. Tell them to put the line on it. And then post a picture and be like, what do you guys think? Find a barbershop somewhere. I know you got 30 minutes of your day, hour of your day. You can find a barbershop on a Saturday.
It's a big college football day.
I know
what I'm doing on college football days.
I know you. That's why you have a tablet and a laptop and all that. You can watch. And every barbershop nowadays have TVs on where they're watching college football. At least all the black barbershops, they have TVs.
That's the only one I need to get to.
Believe me, my barbershop got 7 60-inch flat screens on the wall. I'll take a picture next time I'm there.
There's probably not, but if there's anybody watching us right now, whether it's live right now or watches the replay, and you have not gone to Zoe's channels Alonzo1219, the U family, and subscribed, then you need to do that. Like the videos, comment on the videos, get back to him, take it in, join the community there, watch, like, and comment here as well. That's what we do.
And I'm going to do a video probably tonight, about 2-minute video, 3-minute video for Ohio State fans. If y'all don't get over there, I'm coming to Ohio, and I'm going to actually get y'all some YouTube installed in y'all great state. And what they call it, OH and a dime. OH and a dime. All right. Appreciate you, Mark. Love you, my brother. Thanks, man.
Absolutely. Right. See you, man. And we'll see everybody else later. I'll stay on for 2 more seconds just to let you know we'll be back later tonight. Not a live stream, but I've got to release my predictions, so I'll get those out to you. And then Saturday morning, of course, before kickoff and throughout the day with the instant analysis that you're going to see right here at MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football. Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern time. That's SG1 Sports, college football coast to coast. I'll be live on SG1 Sports Sunday morning as well. So we will see you soon. My predictions are coming out, and who knows what else I'll get into later tonight right here at MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football. Subscribe to Alonzo1219 as well. This drives what we're doing. It inspires us. It keeps us going, keeps us pumped up, churning out the content, but it also, in a practical sense, supports us. So please do that right here at MarkRogersTV and at Alonzo1219. We'll see you soon.